What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunther Show. Thank y'all so much for watching. Remember to like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. On today's show, this is always an honor, man, sitting down with her, because she gonna have me cracking up and I can just sit back and relax. The Gunther Show welcomes Britney Robinson. What's up, Brit?
What's up, Chris?
I love your hair.
Thank you.
I wish I had something I could do that too.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying, brother? Gotta keep the waves in. Keep the waves in.
Right.
How's everything going for you, though?
Everything is going good, you know. It's different, but it's still good.
Yeah, because I know the last time I was here was for your actual grand opening, and we're still here at Nails by Bink. Last year, COVID hit, which shifted a lot of things, but for some people, it elevated them to another level. You know, what was one of the things that 2020 taught you?
So one thing that 2020 taught me was that I'm quick on my feet, right? And I stay ready, so I didn't have to get ready.
This is true. 100% true in that, because you know, really started doing a lot of things, such as the bougie blows to more nails to, I'm like, man, it seems like it really blessed you in a sense.
It absolutely blessed my business. It showed me that a lot of people were waiting on my expertise. And that, you know, I had everything that I needed to survive the pandemic. So, like I started Bougie Blows the top of 2020, which was in January. By the time COVID took over, I was like prepared to kind of like just go, you know, like I had already knew how to package my stuff up, break it down, sell it. But then I also, I think it was like the year prior to that, I started to use, no, it was in February, actually. I bought all of this stuff to do nails and pedicures and stuff with that was disposable. So literally it was just tear and go. Each client was tear and go. So during the pandemic, I had customer appreciation boxes left over. I made, I think, 40 pedicure boxes.
Wow.
I sold them in 37 minutes.
That is unheard of.
I sold 40 pedicure boxes in 37 minutes.
So that was what you call instant.
Exactly. I mean, I literally just used what I had, and it just started going. Then I hopped on the Zoom train. You know, all these Zoom trains. School was out. Everybody was on Zoom. I said, I'm getting on Zoom. I'll make some money on Zoom. So I started doing trainings. I started teaching nail techs how to put CBD into their salons, how to sell it on the internet, how to package it up, break it down, how to market their sales, everything. I just started. I caught on fast, and that money train took off.
It did. I still remember when you had mentioned to me when we were filming, this was the season premiere of my show at the time, The City, and you were mentioning to me how you had a couple things in the works, and then to see it really blossom, you know, did it shock you how quickly people responded to it?
Yeah, it shocked me like a mug. I'm like, this is why people don't get out the streets.
Nah, it's the truth though.
This is why the dope boy don't stop selling dope, because it was like so fast how it took off. But I also was trying to show the Black and brown community that there is a holistic alternative to wellness through cannabis.
Yeah, let's hit on that for a second, because you know a lot of people, particularly in this area, they either use cannabis or they're very distant from it because of maybe religious beliefs or you know what they have seen it do in the communities. Can you hit on that?
So I always talk about the 3 C's. The 3 C's is, first of all, you're confused, right? So you condemn it, but then you didn't realize that there was a way to capitalize. And so during this season right now that we're in, there is a big wealth transfer in many areas. And in cannabis, there was a huge wealth transfer. Years ago, we were being locked up for this much cannabis, right? Weed. We'll just say it all, you know, what the word is. But now the line has been like crossed because CBD allowed us to get in. And so what I was telling people is that you have an endocannabinoid system in your body. Just like you have hormones, you have an endocannabinoid system. You don't have a Percocet system. You don't have a Tylenol system. I mean, of course it works in your body, but actually to use cannabis, once it is dosed correctly, your body will start to do homeostasis, which is balance. So if it's used properly and, you know, not overly done like you see all the rappers and stuff, just keep chiefing, it is very, very good for your health. It has actually helped people recover from COVID.
I was gonna hit on that because you are a COVID survivor.
Yes,
That's
I
something
am.
a lot of people unfortunately did encounter the last year. COVID hit, and much prayers to anybody that dealt with it and still is dealing with it. And, you know, like how much did using that help you overcome it?
So during the time when I had COVID, I literally became a vegan. Like no meat, nothing that make me have mucus or anything. But on top of taking Tylenol, in between Tylenol, I would take my CBD oil. So CBD oil helps with inflammation. It is antibacterial, antifungal, and it helps you with pain relief, all kind of stuff. So the first thing I thought was, okay, I'm a singer, so I need to keep singing, right? That means my lungs is good.
This is true.
Tylenol is going to help me with the pain relief and all that stuff. But then I thought, CBD, where my CBD oil? Took that CBD oil, and I was just like, Lord, just work it out in my body. I had a banging headache. I would take it in between that Tylenol, and it would literally subside that headache. And I never had anything go on with my lungs, but my body had this really bad ache, and it would just kind of subside that ache. And so I just continue to use it afterwards. I use it in the bathtub. I use it on the kids. It don't matter.
What would you say to somebody that is just completely against cannabis use at all?
I would say educate yourself. People are only, they're only repulsed by something that they don't understand, unless they have experienced something that caused them to have a traumatic experience. That's the only way. Or if somebody has done something to you with the use of that, is the only way you should be repulsive. But usually people are like, oh, I don't know about that. That's bad. It's only because you don't know. So educate yourself first, and then make an educated decision.
Has you been affiliated with, using CBD and things of that nature, has it helped you kind of do more with the nail side of your business as well?
Yes. So, I had Hey Sugar for a long time, and I still have it. It's coming back 2022. I had to revamp it, though. I wanted to, I knew that that's going to work. So CBD being that it's my baby business, I wanted to give it a little bit more time and dedication. But CBD, adding it to my business, like my CBD pedicure was $125. Or wait, it was $125 at one point in time. And then you could get a CBD water, a pack of CBD gummies with that too. And then also my clients who would come in here, I know they're stressed out. I know they're moms. I know they work. I know they have anxiety. This is what we already know because they've been my clients for years. So I offer it to them. Now it's a solution to their problem. So now my client is not only giving me, paying me for their service, now they're paying me for the retail part of the CBD too. So that became a different stream of income inside the salon as well as outside and on the internet.
There are two places in the world you cannot lie. You can't lie in the barbershop, and you can't lie in the nail salon, hair salon, whatever the case is.
Right.
How do you continue to provide, places like this to be the safe haven in the community?
I just have integrity. I just keep my integrity. I have a what comes in here stays in here policy. Like what we talk about, if you're your baby daddy, your husband, my husband, right? Your mama, my mama, whatever. It's just safe here. And I think that my reputation and their trust in me has grown. That's why it's a safe haven, because they've never heard anything they told me beyond the table.
And that's rare, because sometimes word gets out from either the hair salon or barbershop, and unfortunately it does mess up a lot of people. How do you continue to make sure that you are integral with your clients and with your business?
I think that I just remain myself.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just remain myself. Not only that, I'll keep God in front of everything that I do. Like everything. You might come in here, it might be Kirk Franklin on at one point in time, then it might be Cardi by the afternoon. But at the end of the day, we're going to start with the Lord. And I think that all my clients, even when they are approaching me to become a client, they all know what I stand for. It is very loud and clear that I love God, right? It's very loud and clear that God is the head of my business, the head of my life, my marriage, my kids. That is just, so when people come in, the spirit allows them to feel relaxed and comfortable, okay? And then I don't put them in a position where they have to, feel like they're uncomfortable. And that's why I like having a suite by myself. I do want a team. But, when you start adding different personalities in the mix, that's when you have to start learning their integrity.
That's right.
And then that's where all the stuff starts traveling out the door. So that's how I've kept my place of business that way, because it's just me and them.
You have a brother who is one of the most popular guys in the city. I did a sit down with him a couple weeks ago, and I could see his proud spirit anytime we mention your name on camera and off camera. But on the flip side, when I mention his name, I see that joyful now, and I see all of that.
I know he gonna get mad when he sees this, but he's really my baby. I call him my baby all the time. He's like, I'm a grown man. I said, I don't care. You gonna still be the little boy I had on the bicycle riding down the steps at the house. I mean, he's still gonna always be Little Bill.
Oh man. Now that was I'm gonna call him that next time I see him. But all jokes brought aside, like, how great is it to know that you guys are really the 1-2 sibling combo here in the city for either entertainment, for your cosmetology needs? Like, how does that feel?
It's a lot of feelings. It feels great, right? But then sometimes it's like, dang, we really is like killing it. And then it's kind of like, sometimes you're so much of the standard. Sometimes it feels like that people are scared to work with you.
I've encountered that myself. Like in the last couple of interviews, my guests, who I love them all. There is no denying that. But I love how my guests came and, not so much suits, but they came looking extremely nice and dapper, and here I am in a hoodie and sweatpants, and they were like, well, Chris, you always in a suit and tie, so I feel like I gotta come at you a certain way. But in this kind of field, sometimes people might feel like they gotta have their thing up to a certain level just to even approach you. When you hear that, does that make you proud?
It does make me very proud, because I don't really think that I had anybody who I felt like that about in my profession, and I'm not being shady. Just I'm saying what I'm saying. I never really felt like I had to be a type of person when I came into somebody's presence. And so now that I have really worked to establish myself in business, upgrade myself in business, make sure that I'm bringing other people along, educating them of things that I've learned and, I've executed. I think that when people say, I ain't ready to come into your presence yet, I be like, okay, you let me know when you're ready. Because I want to see how much you think of me, right? Now, I don't base my greatness off of what you think of me, but I just want to see how much you think of me.
I like that feeling when people feel like they need to have certain things in line for them to talk to you, which is great because I encounter that a lot with people that want to do like interviews with me. Sometimes they'll reach out and say things like, I want to get with you, but I need to get X, Y, and Z together, which is fine. However, there is another side to that too. I'm always on the move. So when you ready for me, I might not have no time for you.
I tell people all the time, I say, listen, while I have the time, you should utilize me. Because at the end of the day, I do love servant leadership. That's what me and Gary have in common because our parents did it and their parents did it. And then everybody, our family is full of servant leaders.
All the way.
Even if you look back to my grandfather being a water commissioner in the 1990s, my grandfather never cut anybody's water off.
Now that is a blessing.
And he could have, but he never did, okay? And so what he was doing was he was serving his people. He knew if you can't wash your body, you can't go to work. You can't provide for your kids, right? So he's going to give you this extension. Right. And so him being a servant leader also paved the way for us, paved the way for my dad, my mom, her mother, and grandmother, NAACP, just serve. And so, I believe that being a servant is just what it is, a servant leadership.
That's what your family does. Your husband is one of the nicest people I feel God's ever created. Heart full of servitude. His family was like that. And now here you guys are. How great does it feel to have a husband that is willing to support you and willing to really keep you encouraged, even when things are not necessarily the best?
It feels like a dream because I'm a rare woman, right?
Yeah, you are.
This is rare, right? This is rare to have a woman who is very forward thinking. I'm always on the move. I always got something going on, and my husband is not like insecure
at all.
He's not in the way, It feels really good. It feels blessed. Matter of fact, it feels like I've got a little bit more favor than some people. So it really keeps me humbled and grounded. It really does to have a spouse like that. I always make sure he's happy too.
That's incredible because I know a lot of times growing up in our culture, we were taught happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
But with that saying, sometimes the husband is not
Don't
happy.
matter.
And you do so much trying to make somebody else happy that you lose yourself in the process. So it's great to hear that, you guys have to balance each other out.
And I always tell him, I didn't marry you to be my cheerleader.
That's
I married you to
incredible
be
to
my
hear.
partner.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna steal that from y'all eventually.
I didn't marry you to be my cheerleader. I married you to be my partner. Because at the end of the day, cheerleaders are always on the sideline. They have no other job but to cheer. That's not what I married you for. I married you for the jersey. Now, sometimes, I might do I might get a jumper and a J. I might do all that. I might do an air ball or something. I need you to be able to do the rebound. I need you to be able to take the top of the key and play. You play basketball. I did too. You see what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying?
By the form.
I need to be my wingman. I need to do, you know what I'm saying? I need you to be able to think fast. So I don't need you to be a cheerleader. I need you to be a willing participant on this team.
That's right. And you have a great support system. Husband loves you. The family loves you. In business, we know you got to have support. How thankful are you that you have a wonderful support system?
I am so thankful. And let me tell you this. Me and my brother were talking about this the other day. And I said, you know what I'm thankful for? I am thankful for I no longer have to compete with the people in the city.
Wow.
I am very thankful. Because at this point in my career now, God has allowed me to be nationwide.
Literally.
I have people who I mentor in LA, Charlotte, Louisiana, Michigan. She is now a salon owner. I have people who buy my courses from all over the world. Like, it's amazing. I had a person reach out to me about my CBD business from Barbados. So at 34 years old, it is amazing to see the evolution of Nails by Bink and the evolution of my business, that I no longer have to compete with the people that reside where I reside.
Because you've grown so much in a short amount of time. Like, yeah, you've been doing this since you were a teenager, but on the business side, you haven't been here as long. And to see it flourish, to see the kind of favor. And I was actually going to hit on that too, because sometimes in business, what I've encountered, at least from here, it seems as if we're constantly in competition with each other. And sometimes it's the crabs in a bucket mentality. I've asked this question to a few people. How do you stay away from that mentality?
I just stay away.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
I just stay away, and then I do my own thing, right? And you know, I heard somebody else ask me one day and say, "What else you got going on? You always got something going on." That's on purpose.
Same here.
Because when you don't have anything else going on, all you can do is focus on what you're currently doing. I have other things that I want to do, so my focus is everywhere. I don't have no time to figure out what Keisha and them doing, because I got too much going on anyway. And I don't believe in just one thing. I believe in multiplying yourself. Like Nails by Bink multiplied.
Out of nowhere, too.
Yeah, it multiplied. And that's what you're supposed to do. Like, you know, I do nails. So nails is supposed to multiply teaching, right? And then nails after teaching is supposed to multiply coaching. And then after that, it's supposed to multiply a product line. And then after that, the product line is supposed to affiliates. And then it's so many ways that your business can go. That's how you 10 times your business. When you're thinking about multiplying your business, 10 timing your business, you don't have time to focus on other people. And actually, I want you to have more clients. Matter of fact, I want to give you some too.
Because you don't want to be the person that is always receiving, but you can't give out, and you can't really look out for anybody.
I've never been like that. And you know, I've heard some things. That I compete, but I do not compete, right? I always let people in on what I'm doing. I had a whole event in May and it sold out. I did the event on purpose as a bosspreneur. And that word too is one of my newer words, a bosspreneur. Is because a boss learns how to manage themselves, right? No, a boss learns how to manage. An entrepreneur learns how to take the risk.
Because I want to say that was the event. I want to say it was you. I think it was Tiesha and a nice amount. Like I can't name everybody off the top of my head, but I think it was a nice amount of them. When you put on an event like that, or just even a part of something like that, to see all of those black queens and black excellence all in one room, what does that feel like? It
feels like this is what I've been working on. That's what it feels. It feels amazing. That's what I love people to come together. Whether it's family, fun, whatever. You know, I'm the party girl.
Always.
I like to get the party going. I just like unity. I like to unify people. I like to come together. I like to learn information together, because I feel like there's so much in the world, right? You may think I'm an expert, but there's so much still that I don't know. Experts still don't know everything. And so we get into the room and we figure out what's going on, how to get there, and how to take you from point A to point B. It doesn't matter if you don't get to point D right now, but if you get to from A to B, we won. So I want to at least be the person that beginner entrepreneurs can look and say, okay, how did I get from 4 figures to 5 figures to 6 figures? And I'm trying to put people in the mindset you can't skip the process. You have to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, because I made over 6 figures my first year owning a salon.
Congrats.
Thank you. So I'm trying to tell them there's a system that has to go in place. You have to master 4 figures first. That's $1,000, right? Then you have to master the 5. That's 10. Then you have to master the 6. And how do you keep that going? So I'm trying to teach that. Like, you know, I made $20K in 30 days at the top of the year. That takes a lot. I duplicated it again. But honestly, transparent, I couldn't keep it up, right? Because I haven't mastered that system. So until I master that system, I won't be teaching that.
In a sense, it's as if you got to learn how to crawl before you know how to walk.
Yes, and that's the thing with new entrepreneurs. They do not want to crawl.
Unfortunately, they don't. But you've crawled, you walked, and now you're skyrocketing.
And I was also crippled.
And which is something that people don't know, which is a conversation for a different day. But it's still nice to see you doing it. Your social media has grown in the last year. You've encountered all of the great things. You're elevating, doing phenomenal. What's next?
Retirement.
Already? Why retire, though? Because some people, like for instance, someone like a Tom Brady, he could have been retired, but it's the love of his craft while he's still doing it.
But you see what he's doing now.
Exactly.
See, winners learn how to say, I want enough.
But he's still playing.
But he doesn't know when it's time.
This is true. This is true.
You see, how can I put it? You have to know when it's time to say, okay, I'm done, right? Now, I'm not retiring from nails completely. But from behind the table, I'm going to taper it back because I need time. I need time to cultivate new nail techs. I need time to coach new nail techs. I need time to be a mom, right? My kids are getting older. I need time.
Some beautiful kids, by the way.
Thank you. And time is something that I don't have sitting behind that table being hand in hand with the client. So, and then also I'm learning the back end of my business, which is a whole different business. It's a whole different business. Learning triggers on emails, learning email marketing, learning your numbers, learning what's your best sold product. All those things take a lot of mind time. And I cannot give that to that business, that side of the business, sitting behind a table. So it's just time to evolve. I mean, I've been in this since I was 16. I got licensed at 17. I am 34 years old. And if you go back to our interview downtown, I said I wanted to be retired by the time I was 35. Baby Gabe will be 4 years old.
That time go by so fast.
On the 17th of this month, right? He was just like maybe just turning one then.
He sure was.
I said by the time I turned 35, I'll be retiring. I did not see any of this. This was never even my dream.
But it's still happening.
But the way God moves is the way he moves. And so I let him have his way. And
there's nothing wrong with that at all. Before we get out of here, if anybody wanted to connect with you and learn more about you, how can they do that?
So you all can connect with me at nails by _Bink, which is BINQ on Instagram. Or you can email me at nailsbybink@gmail.com. You can also call me at 330-539-2771, or you can just reach out to me on Facebook. Anywhere. I am so very accessible. So anywhere you see my name with the red hair, it's me. Holla at me. I am not standoffish. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My website is nailsbybink.com, and also my CBD website is Bougie, which is BOUJEEBLOWZ.co, bougieblows.co. So that's all my information, guys.
I love it. Nothing else needs to be asked, sis. Thank you so
much. Thank you, Chris. I love you.
I can't hug all my guests, but I can hug her. Be sure y'all like and share this video. Britney Robinson, Nails by Bink, on the Chris Gunther Show. Gabe, cue my theme song. Gotta go.